International Fellowship. You need to be a part of that. If you're just joining us live, we are giving you the 8 empowerment secrets. I've just given you 2. The only difference between people is what they know, and the only 2 ways to learn are mistakes and mentors. Number 3, this is a big one. You want to write this one down. Success is a collection of right relationships. Success is a collection of right relationships. There are no neutral people in your life. I'm just talking with my wife this afternoon. Sometimes you can just get so overwhelmed with all the stuff that you have to do. There's so many people that are knocking on your door, knocking on your life, trying to get your attention. I want to ask you this question. It's a real simple solution. People are like elevators. They're either taking you up or they're bringing you down. They're taking you up or they're bringing you down. There's no neutral people in your life. Someone who does not increase you, will inevitably decrease you. Are you listening to me? Someone who does not increase you will inevitably decrease you. You see, there are just a lot of negative people in the world, and you do not want a relationship. You don't want a close relationship with them. You want a successful relationship. You know, there are some people that are so negative they can light up a room just by leaving it. I'm just telling you the truth. There are some people that are so negative they can light up a room by leaving it. That's why unconsciously we always pursue the relationship that holds the greatest reward. We're always looking for that next relationship that's going to help us. If your car's messed up, you're looking for a mechanic. If your computer's not working, you're looking for a computer geek. You're looking for somebody that's going to help you. And so just continue to stay focused on finding the right people. I want to tell you, people are like keys. They open doors. When you are connected to the right people, they're going to open the right doors to your life. When you're connected to the wrong people, doors close. The season doesn't change. It's a depressing time. I'm giving you the 8 empowerment secrets of my life. I'm up to number 4 now. Number 4, write this down. You will never change the season of your life until you change the voice that you choose to listen to. You will never change the season of your life until you change the voice you choose to listen to. I want you to know the world is filled with wrong voices. The world is filled with wrong voices. Ask yourself this question. Where would I be in life had I never heard a wrong voice? Where would I be in life had I not followed wrong counsel? Where would I be in life had I not taken the wrong advice? You see, you need to understand that you will never change the season. Someone's watching me, and you've been under a difficult, challenging season, and you keep listening to the same voices. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. I don't want that to happen. I want you to have a breakthrough season. A breakthrough season. I believe God's created you for victory. You know, John 10:10 is my favorite verse. And I believe that that's what God wants to do in your life. There will be always other voices. So make sure that when God's given you a word, that your voice is strong, is purposeful. Why am I here on this live video? Why am I here on the conference call with people listening? Why are people listening from and watching this from in the United States and in the Bahamas and other countries around the world? Because I want to make my voice a voice that people will hear. I want to tell you, this is a time when wrong voices want to get your attention. They want to get your attention. And so you've got to grab a hold of the right voice. And I want to tell you, sometimes the right voice isn't always the loudest voice. You need to press in. You need to discern where the right voice is. Number 5, my fifth empowerment secret. My fifth empowerment secret. What you're doing daily is determining what you're becoming permanently. What you're doing daily is determining what you're becoming permanently. Can't change your life. I cannot change your life until I change something that you're doing every day. Can't change your life. That's why people who are successful, they begin to create a successful routine. They create successful habits out of their decision making, create the habit, and then the habit creates the routine. Some of you just wake up and wait for the world to happen to you. And you live this scattered, non-directed, non-purposeful, every now and then something goes well, makes you feel good, you get on track, you get off a track, but you've got to develop a daily routine. Evander Holyfield is a great boxer, and I have this in one of my books. Evander Holyfield's a great boxer, and he was in Las Vegas. He was boxing for the World Heavyweight Championship. Evander Holyfield went into the ring, and he won the championship that night. He won the championship that night, late into the night. People were partying, people were celebrating. One of the famous sports writers for a major newspaper was coming back into the hotel at 6 a.m., 5:30, 6 a.m., from partying all night with all of his buddies after the big fight. And on his way in, who did he run into? Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield had his warm-up clothes on, and he was going out to run. And the writer was stunned. He said, you just won the championship last night. What are you doing up early and running? And Evander said, it's part of my daily routine. It keeps me strong. What I'm doing daily is creating what I'm becoming permanently. What I'm doing daily is creating what I'm becoming permanently. You want to write a book? You need to write something every day. You want to be a good speaker? You need to be speaking and sharing. Doesn't matter if there's 5 people. Doesn't matter if it's a small group. Begin to sharpen your skills. Sharpen your skills. What you're doing daily is determining what you're becoming permanently. Number 7. The currency of earth is time. You must make time your weapon. The currency of earth is time, and you must make time your weapon. I even wrote a book called The Weapon Called Time. I wrote the book, The Weapon Called Time, and the reason I wrote it is that for years I kept being invited to all these big telethons. I'd go invited to a church to speak on finances and prosperity. Then I'd come back and I'd realized one day that money is important. But you know what? If you lose $10,000 this year, if you make an error, you make a mistake, you invest the wrong way, you do something, you can get $10,000 back next year. If you're faltering a little bit this year, you can make it up next year in money. Money can be made up, but time can never be made up. That's why the most powerful weapon that you have on earth, the most powerful weapon you have on earth is time. See, we trade the dollar. In Mexico, they trade the peso. In Europe, they trade the euro. The currency of earth is time. Someone watching me traded their 8 hours for money today. So much money per hour. Someone traded 40 hours this previous week for X amount of dollars. You determine by your personal discernment your value. No one's paid what they're worth. They're paid what you agreed on. No one's paid what they're worth. You're only paid what you've agreed upon. You need to make time your weapon. Where one person might be making $10 an hour or $20 an hour or $500 an hour, you need to begin to learn how to make more than that. Capitalize on every moment. Make every moment count. Make every moment count. Finally, number 8, success. Success comes in knowing what seed to sow. A long time ago, I had a great mentor who sat down beside me and taught me seed sowing. Genesis 8:22 talks that as long as the earth remains, there will be seed, time, and harvest. Seed, time, and then harvest. Seed, time, and harvest. Now, every opportunity that you have in your life is an invitation to an experience. Every opportunity is an invitation to an experience. That's why every opportunity in your life calls for you to sow the correct seed. Every opportunity requires you to sow the right seed. I've got a few for you today. Listening is the seed for learning. Battle is the seed for domain or territory. If you're going to have territory, you've got to know how to sow into a battle. Knowledge is the seed for change. You'll never change until you get enough knowledge. Knowledge is the seed for change. Confession. Most of us that have been around the church for a long time, we know confession is the seed for forgiveness. Confession is the seed for forgiveness. Conversation is a seed for understanding. Where there's no understanding between you and a child, where there's no understanding between you and a spouse, understand the seed that you must apply is a conversation. In fact, I want to tell you, wherever there's a misunderstanding, there is a missing conversation. There is a missing conversation. Thankfulness is the seed for increase. Thankfulness is the seed for increase. I drove my car, my rental car, over to Panama City Beach, Florida this weekend to speak at Harvest Worship Center. And so I went around the corner to the Enterprise rental car, and I have always used Hertz for years. And because of our new location here in St. Augustine, I'm now using Enterprise. And so I walked in and I reminded them. I've moved from Hertz to now to Enterprise. The manager came around and they were going to give me a certain car, and he said, no, give him the MKZ, give him the Lincoln. It rides better, it's more comfortable. I said, it certainly is. You see, favor is a result of you sowing blessing into people's lives. I answered a problem for those people at Enterprise. I helped continue their paycheck by moving all of my rental car business over to their company. What did I receive? My problem-solving skills created favor. Someone watching me right now, you need to know that success, this is secret number 8, success comes from knowing how to sow the right seed. Every situation in your life, you've got to discern, what am I to be doing in order to receive? God is not mocked. Whatever you sow, you're going to reap. That's true. I've given you 8 of my empowerment secrets over the last 15, 16, 17 minutes here as we've gone live on Facebook. You might be watching this video. You may be listening to this by conference call. Here's what I ask you to do. All my friends that are watching, when this is posted, please repost this. Let someone else experience this. Just repost it for me. I did a little 5-minute teaching at the hotel over in Panama City Sunday morning. I checked it today, and nearly 100 people had already watched it. So it's a powerful experience, a powerful experience. I thank you for hanging in here with me.